Hey kids, welcome to the last video that I make for 2023. We're winding into the New Year's Eve bash. My band is playing tonight for a show. We've just finished three shows already. This will be the final show for us for this year. So I just want to do a little bit of thank you and a little recap of a few things in 2023. First of all my subscribers on my YouTube channel. I want to wish everybody a new year. Happy New Year 2024. That's my ones that follow the Glen Yaps series, my model car thing, which I promise I'm going to get more into. I've got them all lined up on my workbench right now. And all the other ones that signed up on my channel just to kind of follow what this old fart does in his life since retiring. Anyways, I thank everybody who watches those videos. Totally appreciate it. I just do it for the fun of it, and hopefully everybody gets something out of it. So kind of a recap. It's been a tough year for our band Soundcheck. We've had bass player issues. We parted ways, I should say, with our main guy. Big shoes to fill, great bass player, but wasn't playing the game right, so we parted ways, and it was a struggle to it was a struggle in the tail end of last year too, because he didn't want to play as much, didn't want to play certain bars, so it got frustrating for us. So we basically, us as a band, we had to find fill-ins for him. And like I say, the guy's a great bass player, but it was tough, very tough to find that kind of consistency and ability. There's all great bass players around town, but they're all so different in style, say. So when you take one and plant them in our band, it's a learning curve for them. Our band doesn't do things the normal way. Anyway, so some bass players that saved our asses for the last year while we struggled to find that anchor for the band. Not an easy task. Not an easy task to find one. Not an easy task to have someone come in to the way we operate. So first, big heads up to Rob Gilmore, Rockin' Rob. He started helping us in late last year, and I mean, the workload for him was huge. We were throwing everything at him but the kitchen sink. And he had his own band, has his own thing going, but he took it as a task at hand, and saved our asses. Especially last year's New Year's gig, things kind of went sour right before that, and he stepped up to the plate and helped us pull off a fun New Year's gig at Shooters, and totally appreciate that. Other bass players we've had, now if I miss anybody, because we've had a lot of fill-in bass players this past year. When Rob couldn't do it, we had Pierre Valancourt, very blues player, quite accomplished player. Again, a bee's nest for his style in our band. So we catered kind of hit to his style a bit more. But we thank him for helping to keep us motivated and moving this past year. Our good friend Corey Valentine, or as my wife would say, Mr. Alex Lifeson. She thinks he looks like Alex Lifeson. He's not even in town. He lives out of town, but he just has got relatives up here, and he comes to visit. So he has bailed us out on a few gigs. I'm trying to think who else. I'm missing some people here. On jam nights, we've had like Dan Beaupre come out, another accomplished player. Yeah, so I'm a little bit shy. There was a few. I remember in the month of August we had like five bass players trying to save our asses and not lose gigs. So huge thanks to all of them. Like I say, my memory is a little bit shy on it. It's been a traumatic time with bass players. We had Jimmy Michaud from the now retired Obsession band. So when we finally we're still looking for the replacement guy, he actually said he wanted to try. So he did a fill-in for us at the Esquire. Worked out good. And then he threw himself into the bee's nest, which is called soundcheck. And so I can't say he lost hair over it because he's got no hair, but he was sweating her out. So so we hired him on. He's the new guy in soundcheck. Been with us now, I think I'm going to say 5, maybe 6 months. And it's been a learning curve for him. So we're helping him work through the bugs, and it's getting better and better. So so looking forward to 2024, and with Jim as the anchor with me in the rhythm section. So like last night's gigs and the night before were really a lot of fun. So he's definitely dialing things in. And my bandmates, we've gone through a lot of turmoil. Every band has issues. It's like multiple marriages in one group. It's not easy. Every band in town goes through this. And 223 was stressful. It was all related to a couple of oddball gigs we did. It wasn't our fault. It was just the way they were organized was not very good. It caused some stress for us, and the bass player hunt, that's been a difficult thing. So, but anyways, we're still hanging in there. We're still fighting forward. Still play well together. So it's a reason to keep hanging on and fighting for playing time on stage, because that's where we work the best. So happy New Year's to all those guys in soundcheck. We drive each other nuts, but there's just something there that keeps us fighting for the good side of the music thing. Also, the band, country band I'm in, Out No Country. So happy New Year's to them. We've had a good year. We don't play too much, but the shows we played have been a lot of fun, a lot of people, and there just goes to show you there is a market for classic country, because most of the time the bar is packed. So it's been fun. The band is that band, and we've all experienced some health issues this year. I just had about the last just before Christmas and stuff like that. But a couple of the other guys were had operations, and so it's been a interesting year with that band. But we've stuck with it, and the shows have been great. I did unfortunately have to miss one recently, the last one of the year, because of my own health issues, and big thanks to Rick Dotson for filling in for that particular show. I don't miss many gigs, and probably missed 5, 6 maybe in all my life playing since '77. And Rick has bailed me out, I think now three of them. So anyway, um, so happy New Year to the venues that we've played this past year. Um, like Jay's Piston Broke Pub. He just took over that bar a year ago, and he's trying everything. He's throwing everything to try to get that bar to work, and it's been slowly building up and becoming more and more of the place to play. And we appreciate him for having us. We do his jam nights, and his staff, Liza and Shannon, they've been great to us. And I missed a few of the names in the staff there too, but the main ones are Shannon and Liza and Jay, because we always see them for our particular shows. Definitely Shooters with Becky and the staff. They've been great to us for the last couple of years. They're still experimenting too, just like Jay's. Everybody's, after the post-COVID crap, everybody's experimenting, trying to get their bars moving again, moving forward, advancing. Very tricky. All of us musicians, all of us venues we felt the pinch. It's been a hard build back. Let's see, where else? The Esquire with Boomer, always a great place to play. The Esquire crowd, they are some of the loyalist fans you could ever ask for. They follow all the bands that are around town. They even if it's for a set of nights, sometimes a whole night, sometimes a whole weekend. But I'll be honest, we couldn't do it without that fan base. They're amazing. I mean, for them to listen to all our bands, and I mean, a lot of our bands play similar material, and I know it's got to be boring for them sometimes, but they are still there. They still support us, and they have been for years and years and years. Sadly, some of them have passed on, but a new group of these Esquire followers seems to kind of bloom. So all that just keeps this music scene alive for live music. Yeah, so for the new year for us, we're booked more than 2023. We left some spaces in 2023 just because we've been together playing solid for 8 years, and we were called. We had a different band name before that, and we were doing that for 4 years. So we were starting to burn out. So we needed some breaks, and unfortunately, the breaks were just basically that's it. We were not doing music for those small breaks that we had, and so people have to understand it's you do get this fatigue, this burnout fatigue, as musicians that play steady. So 2024 though, we're ramping it back up. So as far, I think our calendar is pretty full, except for some special event stuff. We've added a few venues, and we'll go from there. And for the fans out there that stuck with us through the changes in our particular band, we appreciate you sticking with us. I know it's there's always excuse me, like a sound dynamic change, or there's always, the band always changes with every new person. So we have to get used to it as a band, but also the audience has to get used to it because the material starts to change with every new member. So we appreciate you for sticking with us and with all the bands, because we wouldn't be able to do any of this without your support. And it's been tough. It's been a tough climb out of that COVID crap. So obviously to all the band's wives and girlfriends, especially my wife, she's part roadie with the band. It's just something she wants to do. She doesn't like to sit there and watch sit there at a table while the band's trying to tear down. She gets right in there. She knows the drill. She knows that she's a drummer. She's been with me since 1980, and she knows the whole drill of the stuff on stage. So she used to be our sound tech back way back, and light tech. So she knows the drill, and we couldn't do that this whole thing without her help. Outside of the band, all my Facebook friends, love all you, read all your posts, all the good, the bad, the struggles. We're all going through it. I just hope 2024 is great for all of you. Some heavy losses. We've all lost good friends and family members this past year, and that's never easy. And I feel your pain, definitely. Gone through it myself, and I enjoy the Facebook connection with everybody. It just I just like that way of sharing our personal lives, and keep in touch with friends I've had since kindergarten. So I never want to lose that. I've had to miss a couple of things that's like a kind of a reunion with some of my classmates and that, because I was doing charity work, and as much as my friends mean everything to me, charities for children that I've been part of for quite a long time, I have to do that. It's something in my heart that I just cannot not do. It's I came from a rough childhood, poor, broken home, and I just want to do something for kids, and always have. And everything has to take a second or back seat to that. It's just me and what I want to do. But my friends were all understandable. They understood the passion I have for that. And the reunion, they documented it and took pictures and stuff. So, and I see all these friends most of the time, anyways. So, let's see. Like to my own family, my Aunt Shirley. I love my Aunt Shirley. Always thinking about her. So happy New Year's to her, and my cousins Mark and Dave down there. They're not in the Sioux area, but Facebook and the wonderful email and all that stuff keeps me in contact when I can't leave the Sioux. I'd like to thank the wonderful hospital staff for taking care of me and getting me fixed up to at least celebrate Christmas without a hitch. Only managed to miss one gig, and I would have played that gig had I not had an IV stuck in my arm. But that gig was a tough one to even pull off in the first place, but that put a wrench in it. So, and again, thanks for Rick for filling in for that. But staff up at the hospital were great. I mean, it was just swamped with sick people up there. It was kind of shocking to see. But they got me in there and fixed me up, and I was good to go. Let's see, am I missing? What am I missing? Anyways. So 2023 was an up and down year for me, but for the most part, it was a good year. It was the last year of my Christmas drum set giveaways. I've been doing that for 25 years now, and it was time to focus on other things, and because it takes a lot of work, a lot of parts, and it was getting harder to find used parts, to be honest, too. So might get back into it sporadically in the future, but I definitely was burnt out from doing it so much. It takes 2 months a year solid to do and I just needed a break. So, but I hope everybody enjoyed those drum sets for the last 25 years, um, and I'm hoping that all these people stayed in music in some way, shape, or form. These kids that got all these drum sets that I fixed up and gave away. And huge thanks to everyone, all the drummers and musicians that donated over the years. You don't know how much these guys and gals donated and contributed to parts. It's if I documented the stuff, I would have a book. Like, it was crazy. People just come out of the woodwork locally, but also out of town. So, big thanks for 25 years of helping out with that. And Happy New Year in 2024. I've got a couple of buddies that I've been friends with, my best friends for years. One is still in town. One is out of town. So Philip and William, Happy New Year. I know we've all had our health issues, or our spouses have had health issues, so let's hope for a better 2024 for all of us. To all the musicians on jam nights that my band Soundcheck hosts, we appreciate all the jammers that come out and share their talents, whether you're a beginner or a pro. It's just a fun time. I've always enjoyed jam nights. I've always attended jam nights, even back when I was a kid. The idea of to play with people that are way beyond my capability, to let them allow me to sit in and learn. I just love that when I was younger, and I hope in some way the experience for the younger players or beginners that we do on Thursdays helps them out in some ways, and find some enjoyment out of it. A lot of people keep coming back and jamming, and it's a good thing. It's all about fun. Sometimes it gets a little tense, because there might be a whole bunch of jammers and trying to allow the space. It's not easy. People have to understand that it's not easy to organize these jam nights when there's a lot of people wanting to jam. You're trying to be fair with everybody. There are some disgruntled people that they figure they want more time and stuff, but it just doesn't work that way, and it's not that easy. We have to cater to everybody, but the bottom line is the bar, the venue, in this case Jay's, we have to be fair to him and his clientele, because they still operate as a bar, still sell drinks, and you want to make the entertainment factor of this jam night work with everything that's going on. Not an easy task to pull off, but it's been fun. And that jam night was started many years ago. People forget this, but it was started by a band called Mojo, and they helped one of my bands get going years ago, and I've never forgot that. So again, it was one of those things. They started it. They didn't invent it, but they started it locally, and it took off like gangbusters. At that time, it was at the New American, and and it just kept growing and growing, and then it just changed hands. I'm not quite sure how that happened, but either they got tired of it or whatever, and so it was handed to us by one other bar owner. Gets confusing, I know, but we took over the reins, and we've tried our best to follow in the Mojo's footsteps. They still did it the best. We still have fun with it, but it's one of those deals. The two bands that hosted this in the last, gotta be, I'm going to say 10 years, because I believe it's been 10 years of this jam night thing. The two bands are drastically different in styles, so that brings in different audience participants, and but Mojo, I think, still did it the best. But we definitely are continuing to try and open up the doors and let as many people come out and find a way to let their music voice happen. So, but anyways, thanks to all those people that come out to jam nights. There are tons. The list is long. Some are diehards. They come all the time. We have some come from out of town, Wawa, Blind River, just on the outskirts, Gooley and Echo Bay. It's just a wonderful thing, and you may make a lot of friends. We've had a guy who's now one of our good friends. Him and his wife bought property up here. They're from Woodstock, and they come out. And he's a singer, drummer, trumpet player, but him and his wife come out and jammed with us for now, I think, over a year and a half. And to meet friends like that just by doing music is just an awesome feeling. So we've been very, very, very good friends, and whenever he's up to jam. So his wife sits in the audience, just like the rest of our gals and wives, and just watches the fun. So big thanks to Jay's Bar and Pub for hosting this jam thing. It's always a gamble. He's trying everything. So Thursdays are the jams, and whether they're slow or packed, he's still plowing through. He's still allowing it. We're still working hard to make it work. So we appreciate him for hosting this, because every Thursday is different. So it's never the same. There's always something different to watch, whether it's a different musician or different material, or the goof ups, or the fun stuff, or the train wrecks. It's the whole thing is just fun. So that's about it. Like 2024 for me, I'm looking to playing a lot. I love to play. I'm still with the two bands. Oh, and I want to thank Bourbon Blue. I did a fill-in for them just the other weekend. I think it was last weekend, and great bunch of people. I knew a couple of people in the band for a little while, but the other two I never knew before, so it was nice to meet new people and play with the band. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. It was a nice change of pace, and they were kind of stuck in the same position as us, a sound check with member changes, so they parted ways with their drummer. So we wanted them to basically finish the year off on a high note. So I was off at that time and volunteered to fill in, and I had a great time. And so anyways, for the new year for me, my wife and I, especially my wife's got some health things to deal with, so my days for doing road work will be extremely limited for 2024. We are doing a lot of local venues and private events, but there are some road things that will come up and have already been talked about, but for me, it's just not in the cards. Too many things to worry about with my wife and stuff's health, and so like she's in good health, but it's the meds she's on we have to watch. They're experimental, and we don't want any issues. especially while I'm on the road. I couldn't take that. So that we're going to pay attention to more. The band understands, and we'll have to find fill-ins, because I don't want them to lose their income or their ability to play. So for that, we will definitely find substitutes for those particular gigs. But other than that, I'm in it 110% for the gigs around here. So I will never stop playing. So yes, so thanks to all the venues that supported us. We were basically really nervous after the COVID thing on what was going to happen, but these venues stepped up to the plate. They didn't give up, and so far we're plowing through into 2024. So everybody just hold on, and we'll see where it takes us. So everybody out there watching, thanks for all the support on the social media channels. Thanks for listening to me rant my face off on Facebook. I know I'm annoying. I know sometimes I'm funny and all that other good stuff. And I hope you just take it in a lighthearted way, as just fun entertainment while you're having your morning coffee. Don't overthink what I say. There are a few that do, and most of the time you're wrong. When you're trying to read into what I'm talking about, or my opinion, don't think too hard on it, because I am very sarcastic in a funny way, but a lot of the stuff is always a slant to it. And if you miss that slant, then you're going down the wrong road with what I mean. But anyways, I appreciate everybody who follows all that stuff. I love the comments from everybody. My friends and my old teacher down in Mexico, appreciate the input. Also from Brian and Scott, and I got a few friends down in Mexico now, but they all chirp into my topics, and I chirp into theirs, and it's just a lot of fun. Drives people nuts, because we sound like this posse that's out to get people, but it's not that way at all. And there are a lot more that comment regularly, and I appreciate it. And that'll continue in 2024. So peace, everybody. Have a safe New Year tonight. We will be playing shortly. The time is roughly 4:30. We will be loading band gear in at 7. The show is 9:30 tonight. If there are bands tonight, I think RPM is playing, another local band. A couple bands got sick, unfortunately, and had to bail on the show tonight, and so substitutes are now in place, and we hope everybody has a good time tonight, and hope everybody that is sick, musician wise or other, are feeling better soon. So be safe, have a great time tonight, and we'll see you on the flip side, 2024. Peace.